Hi, I'm Rusty from the Rusty Harden Studio in Tipp City, Ohio. Welcome for another video of Doodle with Color. I have Doodle classes that are free, and you can register and find them on Eventbrite. That information is in the description, as well as some of my other classes. So just want to mention real quick some of the supplies that I'm using. The paper is a Bristol. It's a Bristol Smooth. I like just getting it straight from the Strathmore Visual Journal. Size is just right, perfect for me. I enjoy using the Derwent Inktense Paint Pan Studio Set. There are 22 colors and a black and white, and those are the colors. They're so vibrant. Those are the colors that I'm going to use in our doodle today. So I'm going to sketch it for you first, and then I'm going to demonstrate how to sketch it. Then we're going to add the color. So I just want to welcome you, and let's get started. So I have my paper ready to go here. I went ahead and put the circle on it. You don't need to watch me make a circle. Besides, I don't make good circles. I have a bag of vintage wooden spools, and this one is just the perfect size for my sun face. So I'm going to get started with that. I am going to put a piece of paper over this, because I'm noticing that the oils on my hands are sometimes interrupt how smooth my pen wants to flow on my paper. The pen that I'm using is a Uniball Signo Micro 207. It's a waterproof and a fade-proof ink. It's a retractable gel pen. I love it. I've been using it for years, and makes me very, I don't know, just love the way it just flows out. They have a 207, and then they have an ultra micro 207, but this size, the micro 207, is my absolute favorite. So I have the circle for the sun face, and then I have these great little flowers. It's pretty limited palette that I've chosen for this. I have a yellow, an orange, and a red. Then I have a green and a yellow green. The only other color that I've added is, actually it's not really red, it's I think it's a fuchsia. I'll double check that. And I put a little blue over here. I thought these were so cute because I did the little dragonfly wings, I did the same as the petals on these little flowers. I thought, well, you know what, it could have just like taken right off of that little flower. So that's the story I tell myself. And I always have some part of every doodle with color that I don't add any color to. So I have these couple of things down there. So let's just have fun. Look, we're just doodling. We don't strive for perfection. Perfection is overrated. We just enjoy this. Mistake happens, then it's okay. We just doodle through it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the long sunbeams on the sun. I'm going to start up here. So I'm going to make wavy lines out to a point. I'm going to start at the point and come back down. Just make it wavy. And there we go. And then I'm going to start at the point and come back. And I'm going to move around this way. Just be wavy. Here we go. And I don't think these are as wavy as my sample. That's okay, because as I said, I kind of just accept what happens when I do these doodles. Now I do want to mention, if your circle for your sun face is too far over to the side, don't try to shrink down your rays, because let's just say they're this long over there and you don't have room for it. If you scrunch them down, it's just disturbing. So just go ahead and let it run right off the paper if that happens to you. Happens to me. So here we go. And I've already touched the paper, so I think I have a little bit of oil on my paper. That's okay. It's going to be all right. Sometimes it's more of a problem than this, but let me just, there we go. That's why I've just now started putting another paper underneath my wrist, and the heel of my hand. That way I don't have to deal with that happening. So I'm going to put long triangles here in between. Yeah, definitely right here I'm having a little trouble with my ink, so that's what causes that. Be okay. I've already laid my arm or my hand on it before we even got started. It's all right though. See how different and how easy that is to move the ink up here. Yeah, so it's okay. Now I know. Okay, I'm going to fill in those long triangles. And I might not do all of them just for the sake of the demo for the time. I don't fill it in 100%. I kind of like a little bit of the white showing through. And if I want to make any adjustment in the shape or the length or anything, this is a good time to do it. Okay, I'm going to do one more. So I chose not to be 100% solid with this because I like having this little bit of light coming through. I just do. Sometimes I want something solid. At the end of each of the little rays, have a little flame shape that's kind of like this. Yeah, have those right at the end. It made it a little bit bigger, which I liked, but also I felt like it gave me the sense that the heat was radiating up off of it. So that's why I made that decision. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to fill in all the others later. I'm going to go ahead and do the face. So I'm going to look at the sun face in about thirds. So right about a third of the way down, I'm going to make these. I call them smiles. They could be like the bottom of an oval or the bottom of a circle. And now I'm going to probably go. I'm going to look maybe 2/3 down from the top of the top of my sun space. I'm going to make a small one, very, very small one. Now I'm going to show you what happened to me. His little nose. I messed up on the other nose. I have one that I always have finished and ready to go because I've given ink time to dry, and I messed up. So I just put a little heart on the end of her nose. And I'm going to live with that because, you know, it is what it is. So I just don't sweat the little detail things. I'm just here to enjoy my work, to show it to you. So I didn't do a very good job about just telling you what I did. I was talking. So I'm going to make up a hill and down a hill, up a hill and down a hill. And then put a little smile underneath that, and that's how I got her mouth. So here it goes again. So I'm not going to be quite so pointy. Of course, I could tell you that I'm making the letter M. That helps, and then put a little smiley under it. It's all about your point of reference. So now I have the face. I'm going to put ovals all around the inside of my sun. I'm going to repeat this as a pattern throughout the drawing. I'm going to put these ovals following lines in a few places. Like I have it alongside the these petals shapes here, and I also have them along the inside of my sunflower. I like repeated patterns, and I mean you can do a host of other designs if you like, but I'm just the fact that they're going to be different colors makes them significantly different. So, but you know, it's always your choice. There we go. So I have these all the way around. One more. So for I'm going to go over the eyelids a little bit heavier. There we go. I'm barely going to suggest the top of the eye with just a few little really, really light dotted lines. Now I'm going to suggest the eyebrow. These are like backward brackets, like these are brackets or parentheses. Well, if I do in the opposite direction, I have this line right here. There you go. I'm going to give her some eyelashes. Sweet. Like I said, I'm going to come back and fill this in after I'm all done, because I'm going to switch out papers. You ready? Ready to move on to our flower down here. Okay, so I'm going to create this flower by making, again, that smile shape. And this is a leaf shape. And that is basically the shape that I'm going to put down along this. So that's a little exaggerated. It's not going to be quite so heavy on the end. So I'm going to put it like this. And after I have one on, then I'm going to build the others around it, because you can't see both sides all the way around it. So this is the way it's going to go. On the top side, I'm going to have a wiggly line, and go back with another wiggly line. Make swishy lines. And I may need more, I don't know yet, but we'll see. I'm going to put ovals on the end of each one of those swishy lines. So here we go. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to give it kind of like a smiley line. It could be the bottom of an oval or a circle. Depends on how you see it. I like to have mine a little bit bigger here. So off of that, I'm going to start with one leaf shape, and I'm going to build off of it. And there's the last one. So I'm going to go the other direction. But because I'm going to put the ovals on the inside of them, then I'm not going to go back over. A lot of times I'll go back over lines and make them more substantial, but not this time. I think it's pretty good. Okay, so on the inside I go oval on the inside of both sides. This is that repeated pattern I was talking about. And I got a really pretty green combination that's going to go over these. Okay, well, I'm halfway there. I'm kind of sketchy with my pen. I try to hold my pen loosely, and I try to when I'm sketchy with my lines, I can make adjustments if I want to or if I need to. See, I didn't even worry about all these guys touching each other. They're going to be so pretty when they're painted. You don't want or need yours to look exactly like my sample, because mine don't even look like my sample. Never exactly. Okay, I got one more petal to do with the ovals. Okay, so I made a wavy line here, and then I made a wavy line back. And I have these swishy lines. This one's quite a bit bigger than one in my sample, isn't it? I think it should be. I had an awful lot of space, so I was fine with making it bigger this round. Here we go. I'm going to put ovals at the ends of them. Now some of them crossing. I think I could use a few more down here. There we go. Okay. I am going to go over these again. And I put lines in them if I had room for them. Kind of like split them in half a little bit. Okay, good. So I made a stem. So I followed one line and paralleled it. Then I came up with another stem. I just kind of broke it off with a jaggedy line right there. I filled them in with lines going across. Just wanted to break up space. Now here's one of the flowers that is not going to get, this is a swirl circle, and so this one's not going to get color. So here's a U. I like thinking about shapes in the letters or something familiar. So there's the top part, and then I have a little leaf on it. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I made a swoopy line. This one's kind of got its little head bowed down. I'm going to make the letter U. I'm going to put a couple little leaves on the base of it. Make a little zigzag kind of line. So I have another one going here, and I'm going to put a little leaf on that. Okay. So now I'm going to do the, I don't know, it's kind of a sunflower one, isn't it? Don't you think? So I'm going to start by making an oval. Pretty good size oval, really. There we go. I'm going to make a swirl circle in the center. And this is a swirl circle. I'm going to put a swirl circle in the center. I'm going to follow ovals all the way around my line. And this is where I have repeated this pattern. But because I'm using colors in the different places, it's subtle. I like it though. So now in between this whole space here, I'm going to do the number 8. This is the way I write a number 8, however you do it. However you do yours at year 8. But anyway, it kind of makes, let me go over that a little heavier. It kind of makes like a chain all the way around it. All the way around it. So. And they won't even look like the number 8s, but it helps them stay consistent with their shape and their size. When I create a design like this, doesn't look like the number 8 anymore, but it gives me something to work with. And I'll go all the way around. Now, well, I'm just going to tell you honestly, I move mine around like this when I'm actually working on it, because it's kind of hard to do it upside down. So I'm just going to turn my paper. You should do whatever works for you. I was going to try and do it straight up, but who am I kidding? I need to do it the way I do it. Kind of just suggest those seeds that sunflowers have, right? Let me put a couple more in here. Okay. Goes pretty fast. So actually we'll do this one at an actual in-person and online on the Eventbrite. You'll see the link down in the description, like I said earlier. But so I'm doing this one today in the class, and it's fun doing them in class. It's an online class because you get to ask questions and you get to see some of the people over and over, and we become a tribe. And so that's fun and awesome. But we want to make sure you and everybody else is still able to enjoy the color doodle. So this shape that I'm doing here is this kind of shape. If you can't do it in a single motion, I'm going to return to the brackets again. So there's the brackets or parentheses. I'm going to kind of taper these down and then make this into a point. So I'll make a parentheses, make this side a point, and kind of bring that down a little bit. So yeah, I'm just going to turn it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go all the way around. I'm going to put a line in every one of these. I think I'm going to go over them a little bit more. I like to make them a little bit more substantial. Now I'm going to put the top of these shapes back here for a second row of sunflower petals in between. Nice. Okay. So here comes my stem for this. Parallel lines. I'm going to bring a stem off of this side. Put a leaf there, the same shape that I had those petals. And this leaf I did as, I don't know, kind of like a heart shape. It's be pretty when I go over it. I'm going to put my line over it a couple times and make it a little bit wavy. Put some lines on the inside. I'm going to make zigzag or curvy zig lines down here. Okay. So this is my next shape is a petal shape. It's like an oval, but it's tapered on one end. So I'm going to create my dragonfly by putting 4 of those together and little curvy line. There she is. So I didn't give myself a lot of room here, but that's okay. I'm going to bring it way up here though. I'm going to put 4 or 5 of those on top of that. On top of this curvy line. This is where I said that to me, because it's the same petals that are on the dragonfly, I don't know, maybe she came from that flower. I don't know, just kind of something I enjoy. I'm going to go over these lines. I kind of like to tell myself these little fantasy stories when I'm drawing, when I make decisions, you know. Okay. So I have all the drawing there. I'm going to grab my paints, my Derwent pan paints. I'm going to leave this here. I do have one that I've already have the look at the little nose that I told you about. I made a mistake. That's okay. It's okay. You just don't sweat all those little things. So anyway, I'm using the Derwent Inktense Paint Pan Studio set, and I love these colors. They're so vibrant. They're a water media. They're not technically a watercolor, but once they're on the paper, they become permanent. I'm going to spritz them. I just used my little bottle is what I got this bottle from where my glass cleaners, right? I always go ahead and spray my sponge too. So I go ahead and spray all my colors because you never know. Just might get excited and want to add another color. I say it all the time, but that's kind of what I do. So they come with this little aqua brush, and I have my paper towel. And to clean out my brush, I just squeeze it and a little bit of water comes out. I do have a container of water. I rarely need it, but I keep a little bowl of water close by just in case. So it has a nice little mixing pan area, but for the sake of you being able to see it in the video, I just do a lot of my mixing right here. So there we go. Because I painted this, I have the colors there already. So I'm going to pick up some of the sun yellow, and I make a little mixture of it right here. Okay, so I'm going to start in the center with the with my sun yellow. Now I'm going to pick up a little bit of the mango color, and I'm going to add it right to it. I'm going to fill in that whole space. So she kind of gets a little bit of glow. And I'm going to take the water out of my brush on my paper towel. I'm going to kind of blend them together. But the center, she has a little bit of a brighter spot. I'm going to push some of that color back a little bit. Pick up a little bit more. Oh, there, that's cleaner. And that's so pretty. She's so pretty. I'm really not loving on that dot I have in the middle of her nose, but anyway, I've chosen to live with it. So I'm going to take the sun yellow and go up the sun rays all the sun rays. So before I get too far along, I'll pick up a little bit of that mango color, and I'm going to put some in there. So if I want to pick some up, I just take the paint and water out of that brush. Oh, this seemed like a little heavy there. There we go. So I've got squeezing out a little bit of water out of my brush so I can pick up more of the sun yellow. About every 3 or 4. Pick up a little bit of the mango. Put some of it in there. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. When I add the fuchsia, it should be so pretty. It adds a lot to her piece. And pick up a little bit of the mango. Okay, I'm going to pick up the sun yellow. That's what I'm going to put in the dot on each one of these guys. Rinsing out my brush. I'm going to pick up the fuchsia. I'm going to put a little bit on her lips. Well, first I'm going to put some in the oval, these ovals all the way around. It really changes the whole feel of the sun face. I'll put a little bit in her lips. I'll come back and add a little bit more of that, just a little bit. Just smear just a little bit. Sometimes I like showing you if something doesn't go the way exactly wanted it. I'm happy to be able to show you how I would fix it. I'm just taking a little piece of corner of my paper towel and touching it because it's going to lift it up. You know, it's the beauty of doing it this way. Things don't go the way we had hoped they would, then show you how to fix them. So I'm going to take the same color, the fuchsia, and I'm going to fill in each one of these ovals. And I'm doing the swirl circle here, the same color, the fuchsia. And I'm going around the sunflower with the fuchsia on those little ovals that I had. Just touching each oval. Just only need to barely touch it. This brush has a nice little point on it. The water brush does. Really does. Okay, oh, got this one. Okay. I'm going to come up now and come back to the, this is the kiwi green here. I'm going to get some kiwi green. I'm not going to paint the ovals that are in these petals. I might get some green on it, and that'll be fine. But I'm not making a point of including them with the paint. So I'm going to come all the way around. And you can use, of course you know this. You can use whatever colors you like. The Inktense, the colors are so vibrant. They really are. And I use them in a lot of my work, and I do like them for the color doodles. So I'm not even going to clean my brush. I'm going to come over here and get the hooker's green, and while this is still damp, I'm going to touch it to the top of each petal, and then I can just kind of blend it from the top kind of down a little bit. Just glows. It just glows. Okay, I'm wiping out my brush. Now I just kind of want to push these back so I don't have a hard line. Oh, pretty. I'm going to use the hooker's green. I'm going to paint the stem. I'm going to go right over all my ink. And this little leaf is getting the hooker's green. And this little leaf. I might as well do them while I'm over here. Get these guys in there. Get these guys in there too. By moving it around, you'll get light the values light to dark. You'll get dark areas and light areas as you just kind of move it around. Now I'm going to get the kiwi green for the stem here, and then we'll take a little bit of the hooked green and paint right over it. So I have a little bit of brighter, make it a little brighter and make it different than this stem. So I'm happy with those colors. Have a look around. Very good. So now I'm going to use the, I'm going to go back to the sun yellow and the mango for the petals in the sunflower. I'm going to paint all of the petals this color. This is the sun yellow. Then I'm going to come back with the mango and paint the ones that are in the background. Yeah, isn't that sweet? Now it's the ones in the background that's going to get a little bit of the mango. So here they go. Really just gives you this nice layer of depth, so you know which petals are more forward or closer to the center of the flower. Makes that yellow really stand out. Here we go. I'm going to use that mango color, and I'm going to paint the inside of the sunflower. Now, if your ink's not permanent, definitely definitely sketch this in your pencil, and then you can always come back later and add pen over it. You know, use a pencil, then come back over and use pen over it. So I'm going to use a little bit of turquoise here. That's the colors I'm putting in here. Also have it in the dragonfly wings. I'm going to follow this line. There we go. Have a quick look around. I think I want to touch up the lips a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to take the water out of my brush and touch up the lips with the fuchsia. Much better, much better. So I'm having a look around to see if there's anything I really need to adjust. I think I want to put a little stronger, a little more intense of the mango color on these background ones. I was okay, pretty dark on the other side, but I think I want them to be a little more intense, a little more poppin' there. Okay, so that's it pretty quickly. Ran right through it, but enjoy the video. I encourage you to have a look. Got a couple links where you can purchase, order online. And in my neighborhood, the Derwent paints or the Strathmore paper. And also one more time, I have free doodle classes on Eventbrite, as well as I do have some watercolor classes. So have a check on the site. The link's in there, and I hope you enjoy and come back and see me. Thank you.